this past week, as long as I was very careful to balance a lot of rest with small snippets of activity, I've actually been able to accomplish a few things, and that's felt pretty good. I mean, after having near zero energy for the 3 weeks or so prior to this one, yeah, it's definitely felt really good. It's felt really good to get back to vlogging. This is my second vlog, 2 weeks in a row. Yay, it feels really good. I was also able to do my Minecraft intro for my Let's Play series. That was a lot of fun. I was even able to pull out my sketch pad and put charcoal pencil to paper and get my feelings out by creating some fun things. My art is important to me, but I see that I have allowed it to get put on the back burner because, frankly, in light of the other things that I do, it's tempting to just see it as too much energy to use to do it and not a lot of benefit to it because it's not benefiting someone else. So I am just being reminded that God's given me my art for a reason. So it was really good this week to be able to begin to get back into that again. So it's been a good week, and I'm very appreciative of that. And during this week, I've had many thoughts swirling around in this brain of mine, but there's been one that I keep coming back to. And so today, in this vlog, I'm appreciating your patience as I seek to clarify that and share that thought with you. The thought that I keep coming back to this week is just exactly what or who am I putting my hope in? And then by inference, then I'm turning around and asking you and challenging you to choose hope. But hope in what? That's the question. When the bottom falls out and our life spirals out of control, we do have the choice to choose positivity, to choose hope and not give in to fear. No doubt about that. But is choosing hope and positivity simply this mental technique that I employ to distance myself from the feelings I'm having, to make them not be so overwhelming so I can keep going? Is it something that somehow bolsters and magnifies my human strength so that I can persevere, so I can make it through no matter what I'm facing? Or is it something far, far more? There's a lot of things that we can hope in that can give us a sense of strength in the immediate, no matter what we're going through. But there's only one thing that will give us a lasting sense of internal peace and stability as we navigate prolonged times of turmoil in our lives. Only one. Honestly, our hope comes from two basic directions. We either hope in ourselves or we hope in something outside of ourselves. We are either hoping in ourselves and our own strength, our own wisdom to get us through, or we're looking to another person or maybe a thing, a technique, a something to help us cope, to help us deal with whatever it is that we're facing. I tell you, I'm naturally a very self-reliant person. I'm quick to offer help and support to anyone who needs it, but boy, am I slow, very slow to accept that same help and support from others. It just feels to me like a personal failure for me to admit that I need help, that I'm in over my head and I can't do it on my own. But in these past 32 years of life-altering health challenges, and then most recently this breast cancer challenge, I've been shown time and time again that I am at different points in over my head, and that even though I have great strength internally, My strength just isn't always enough. So today, when I choose hope, in the face of these upcoming cancer radiation treatments that I'm nervous about, it's definitely not hope in me, because from painful experience, I know my limitations, that I can only go so far on my own. And it's definitely not in another person or in a technique or a self-help thing. Because I know in the end, as good as some of that can be, it will fail to provide me that sense of lasting peace and stability that I'm longing for as I go through whatever it is that I'm dealing with in my life. So honestly, today, I choose hope in the face of these cancer treatments, and I don't choose hope in myself or in any other person or any other thing. I choose hope in someone outside of myself, someone with a capital S. And honestly, that's Jesus. Now, I don't know what comes into your mind when you think of God, but how I think of him, how you think of him, will make all the difference in whether we're going to be willing to trust him or hate him and run as fast as we can the other direction. It's going to depend on how we see him. If we see God as some kind of cosmic genie who exists to make our lives pain-free and comfortable, then boy, is he doing a bad job. That's exactly how it's going to feel to us. And we're going to feel like he's either not real or he's definitely not loving, or he's playing favorites or some other misconception about him. As a matter of fact, we're probably going to be pretty mad at him for the things that he's allowing in our lives. The way we see him, the way we see God, the way we see Jesus makes all the difference. I remember years ago when my then 11-year-old daughter cut off the tip of her finger in an accident in the McDonald's play area. The doctor told me there are very few things more painful than losing a fingertip because of all the nerves involved. But that same doctor told me that in order for her finger to heal properly, to have any chance of healing properly, I would have to take that finger, run it under warm water with soap, and rub those blood clots and continue to break up those blood clots, not once a day, but twice a day for the next week or week and a half. If I didn't do it, then the finger might get infected and those blood clots might prevent it from healing properly. So I have vivid memories of twice daily forcing that poor finger under the water, gently rubbing that tip. That was oh so painful for my daughter. I heard her beg me over and over again, "Mom, stop, please don't do it. It hurts so bad." And I had to make her do it. But I did it. I caused her pain, extra pain, even though my natural mother tendency was just to want to leave that poor finger alone and just hold her. Just hold her and tell her it was going to be okay. But I didn't. I did exactly what the doctor ordered because I knew it was the right thing to do. And I wanted to give my daughter the best chance of healing. But oh boy, was it hard. More than once, I heard her scream angry words at me. "I hate you. I hate you," she would say. but I would do what I had to do for her ultimate good. So after I'd rebandage her finger, I would send her out of the room, and I would close the door, and I would sit down, and I would just cry. It was so hard to cause her pain, but I did what I had to do for her best. But oh boy, let me tell you, in her pain-fueled perception, I was not doing what was best for her. I was not a good mom at all. Let's just say Mother of the Year award was not in my future as far as she was concerned. I knew my heart that I would have taken all of that pain for her. And all I wanted to do was just to leave that poor, throbbing finger alone. But I couldn't, because it wasn't what was best for her in the end. Taking the long view, I had to cause her pain in the immediate so that she would have the best possible chance of healing in the future. Of course, she didn't understand any of that. But it was true nonetheless. Her wrong perception of me caused her to respond in anger and fear every time I came within 3 feet of that poor finger. And she most definitely didn't trust me or respect me at all, because she saw me as so mean and unloving, torturing her like that. She didn't understand. So if I, a very loving but far from perfect mom, felt compassion for my daughter as she was hurting, but yet was willing to cause her more pain in the short term for her long-term benefit, how much more do you think Jesus grieves right along with me and right along with you when we're hurting and aching over the things that he's allowing in our lives? How much more is he grieving right along with us as we struggle and cry? That's the right perception of God. Not that he's angry or distant, not loving. That's not the right perception. The fact that he grieves along with us as he allows the pain to touch our lives, that's the true perception. And if we see him that way, we will be willing to trust him, no matter what he's allowing to happen in our lives. I'm not offering any cheap and easy answer. I know that what I'm saying is raw, it's brutal, it's very, very hard to accept. I get that. But in this particular vlog, I wanted you to know the source of my hope, the source of my strength, the one who gives me Esher, and the reason I can smile at the future no matter what happens. So today, I again challenge you, as I challenge myself, to choose the intangible but game-changing inner reality of hope, no matter what you're facing today. But not hope in just anything or in just anyone, but hope that we can only experience fully as we choose to trust in the God who loves us completely and who invites us to know him personally. Choose hope. Until next time.